In 1904, the Book of the Law declared the advent of a new period in the course of human history. The Aeon of Horus, or the Aeon of the Child, the doctrine of this new Aeon, codified in the Book of the Law and numerous other holy books, is known as thelema, a Greek word meaning will, as in willpower. The psychiatrist Carl Jung developed a depth psychological system which embraced the totality of the human experience. The two cornerstones of his theory remain the idea of the collective unconscious and the transcendent function. The former is the storehouse of universal symbols to humanity. The latter is the transformation to the transcendent synthesis after an experiential battle of the war of the opposites. The war of the opposites, as in thesis and antithesis, respectively. If we had a Venn diagram, we would have one circle here of thesis, another circle here of antithesis. And when the two collide or do battle, as it were, there arises from the conflict a synthesis. J. Daniel Gunther's opus, that's Latin for work, demonstrates the depth and power of both of these sides in the realm of spiritual initiation. Each chapter from this work, The Angel in the Abyss, resonates with a harmonic created by the archetypal frequency of the Hebrew letters, themselves representing paths on the tree of life. Although this work is thelemic in tone, and as you recall thelema is reference to the Greek word will. This resonance encompasses ideas from the major world religions and even high frequencies. The task of this synthesis is partially the goal of this work to explicate a true synthesis. And although thelemic in tone, this synthesis, this resonance encompasses ideas from the major world religions, and thus a perfect example of the collective unconscious in action. The union of opposites concept permeates every concept within this work that I will present, beginning with life and death as the primary oppositions, the compulsion for life, but the gravitas, if you will, of death as primary oppositions. Jung would have recommended a special active imagined process, especially with dream-related material from the unconscious, to provide the setting, space, and energy for the opposites to interact and eventually transform. This is the power of the transcendent function in video format that I will present. The transformation of the viewer who exerts the time and effort to experience the material as presented in this collection of videos that I will create and offer to you, the esteemed viewer, will provide that transcendent function of synthesis arising from thesis, antithesis, and the conflict battle therein. Won't you please tighten up your seatbelts, get comfortable, become safely arranged for the passage that we are all going to undertake into the stratosphere of consciousness. Won't you please join me on this trip? Elon Musk will be serving refreshments. Namaste, namaskaram.